Okay, let's check out this virtues thing. Okay. Is this like a you only get this many? Oh yeah, no, it spins it. Okay, does it spin it like forever? This, I'm not sure if I like this. Okay. And then I have to spend one to lock it in. Okay, no, this is not better. Okay, no, this is literally. This, to me, seems like it's exactly the same as before we had the Triqueta of Virtues, right? Where they gave us virtue gems or whatever. But now you can't do it infinitely. It's. But. No, that doesn't make any sense. How would I get more? Are you, like, making your own little things? Is. Okay, if this makes, like, one. If it makes one for me to use, then that's fine. But if it's like every time you want to change packs and to change something, you have to spend one, that's bullshit. And way worse than either of the two options that we had previously. I have a feeling that that's what it's gonna be. Okay. I'm gonna do one all grace real quick. Well, no, because this isn't an all grace. I'm gonna do, like, trying to split it evenly-ish. Come on. Hello? Can I not do that? I can't just split them evenly? Okay, that's also BS. What the hell? Okay, we're gonna want a little bit more grace. Yeah, no, that's bullshit. And it just spins it. Why would they change it to this? This is so much worse. I'm I don't have I Hold on, I'm gonna check the Discord and see what everyone else is saying about this because genuinely. Okay. Yeah, it seems like everyone else is having a very similar reaction. Let's see. Prisms still feel awful. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah, okay, it seems like a lot of people are on the side of how I'm feeling about this, which is that this is awful and like a bad decision. Because it looks like you can only get more rebalance prisms, which they're calling lifts, I think now, um, instead of prisms, which is what they were before. Which I wasn't super happy about prisms, but they were better than this, right? Essentially, back in like Preludes 11 and I think 12, which one was the triqueta of virtues? I don't remember. Um, yeah, Preludes. So Preludes 11 and 12, which is I started in Preludes 11. Um, Preludes 11 and 12 both had you could respec this here like I just did, right? Where I move it around and I pick how many points I want to put in each one, right? Which is a very nice system to just kind of slide it around instead of having to like add points to each one individually. I like the slider. It's nice. That's what we had in 11 and 12. 11 and Preludes 13, which was the Triqueta of Virtues. It was changed to prisms, which look like this little symbol here, which you've seen me play in my past streams, although maybe not the people on Kick because I'm new there, but on Twitch, you've seen my streams there. I have a video of me playing that on YouTube, so if you want to go back and see what those look like, you can check out my YouTube. But they're like prisms, so they already have a preset how many courage, grace, and spirit you have in each one, which was not great because it kind of skimmed down your customizability on how many points you want in each individual one. But to be honest, after a while I got used to it, and it wasn't that bad because I was like, okay, I'm going to play Duello, so I'm going to put on the Prism that has a little bit of grace and courage in the middle. And I was like, okay, I'm going to play, the or the I'm gonna play like the Oselda pack, right? And I go play the Oselda pack. Well, I want it all into um spirit, right? Or like Orengal, I want it in spirit and courage. So like they were nice because I just put them on really quickly and I didn't have to sit here and think about it too terribly much. I know that for people who are a little bit more hardcore and like actually kind of want to min max, that the slider is better for them. I think that we should be able to have both actually. I think that if you want to use the like virtue prisms, you should have those so that you can very easily quick. But then I also think you should maybe have the ability to make your own prisms. Like they have default prisms that you can go get that would be nice that you don't have to do. And then you maybe these rebalance lifts drop and you can create your own thing and it uses one to create a prism that you customize and name, and you can make like a certain amount of them, right? Or maybe unlimited, depending on. I mean, unlimited would be kind of like pointless, but say you could, buy ones to make your own, and then there's the default ones which people would use in a hurry, or like if they just want everything scaled on courage. Well, ever so often you're gonna need something everything scaled on courage. Same for grace and spirit, or you want ones directly in the middle. Those ones would be useful, right? And then have these prisms here that you can create your own. That would be literally the best of all worlds. That would be perfect, and then you don't have to rebalance every single time that you switch a pact, which gets a little frustrating. And then you also have prisms still, so you aren't retconning the prisms that you made a entire Preludes 13 about, right? But instead of doing any of that, they've just went back to the slider idea from Preludes 11 and 12, and probably before that, I don't know, and then made it an item that, from what I can tell in the Discord, I can only save this in a loadout. So if I save it in a loadout, I can come back to this without spending it. But that also forces me to use loadouts. I don't use loadouts currently because I'm still leveling up a bunch of my stuff. I haven't even got Duello fully upgraded, and I haven't got all of the weapons and all of the armor, so I wasn't going to make loadouts until I got everything I want, and then I'm going to make a loadout, right? Some people don't do that. That's just me. I'm specific like that. However, this now forces me and other people to use loadouts if we don't want to waste the lifts, the virtue lifts that you only get so many of. And then also, I only got 3 lifts per pack that I bought. Mind you, I spent $100 on the Founders pack, the Paragon one, which means I got like 9 lifts. Whereas before, I got a Triqueta, or whatever you want to. I got a Virtue Prism, right, from the Triqueta update, which was all right because that means I got something for my. They were called Wild Prisms. They were special, and I used them a lot. I actually liked them pretty all right. I I'm just I'm not happy with this. There's gonna be people who are happy with this, but it seems like the majority of us are not happy with it. Which means they'll probably change it. They're pretty decently good at listening to us, which is nice. I like that. Because they listened to us in us saying that we didn't like the prisms. However, the change is worse. So thanks for listening. However, different choice next time, maybe. Like, also, why can't I wear this now? Oh, because I need more spirit to wear it? I see. I need 6 minimum. Okay. I guess I'm... I guess I guess I'll spend another one. I don't know. This is ridiculous. I'm just gonna change my outfit. I don't want to spend another one of these ridiculous. That was 55, 63. So 63 and 63. 11, 6, 6, and 7. So this one's more evenly. I'm gonna choose that one. Alright, and I have to change my pants as well. Oh, 73 for the Circuit, 75 for Regents, 80 for the Thought Tide and Fire King. Okay. Put on the Thought Tide shingles, and then my helmet. The helmet was the best. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna alter that, and then... Also, side tangent about the talismans. I know this is, like, not something about the update, but genuinely... Okay, I have this, right? The Paragon Periapt. I feel like the talismans need to rework. Here's my reasoning. All they do is give you added bonuses. I feel like we need more than that. Also, there's no reason for me to use these 3 items here that I got with the Wilds Pact, which makes them literally pointless. Because I got this, which gives me 3 in all 3, which is better than having 3 in 1. Like, it just is. I also wish that we could, like, the same way we layer armor, I wish we could layer the pendants, because that would be cool, and I want to wear certain pendants with certain outfits, but I can't, because I'm always going to have the Paragon, or I'm going to have the Triune Talisman. They're exactly the same. I hate the fact that the Paragon's, like, this super fancy one, and the only reason I wear it over the Triune Talisman is because it has the cool effect. Otherwise, I would wear the Triune Talisman because I worked for that one. decently hard to get the Syracade stuff, right? But like these are all completely and utterly pointless unless you have like this one right here, which gives you one more courage than my Paragon or my Triune Talisman. And I that also like you got this, like people who did Preludes, whatever, get this. Why would I? This is worthless. People who've been playing Preludes for this long don't need this. It's cool. I'm glad you gave us something, right, for playing. I just wish it was worth something. Like, it's just, like, that's why I would be like, why can't I layer stuff? Because I'd love to wear this, like, to show that I've played Preludes, but why would I when I can just put on the Paragon, right, for more stats? I just, like, this one gives me +4 in Grace. That's fantastic. Great. I'm never going to wear it. Because I'd rather have 3. Like, some people might wear these for, like, just the added +1, but, like, I'm not going to, because I'd rather just wear the +3. Also, I paid for it. Also, it looks cool. Like, just, talismans, they need something unique about them, right? You can have the +3s, like, you could keep them, but let's say the Paragon one gives you some kind of other bonus, right? Or, like, let's say the Triune Talisman gives you +3 and everything, but then it also says something that's like, it gives you this special ability, or you regen health faster, or you can, like, say for Prelude's Honor, you wear it, right? And it can give you the +1 bonuses. It's fine, great. But it also adds something that's like, you can hold one more health pot than normal. Like, that would make these worth putting on. I would take the less added, less, like, added stats. I would take that. If there was a special ability on these, that would be situational, or, like, build worthy. Where I'm making a build, and it's like, oh, you wear this, and, you know, your courage ability comes back 2 times faster. And, like, that's ridiculous, but it's just an example. Like, I feel like all of them should have something that gives you something a little special, right? Like, obviously, the Sprout Folk Seed, the Mora, and the Rosebud Can, these 3, they have a special thing where, like, if you wear them the one time, you can get back into your Enclave, right? That's how you get into the Enclave for the first time. I get that. That's at least, I use them once. Other than that, I don't. Or, like, for example, I will never wear, where is it? This hat right here, the Duello ribbon, just, like, casually. It's not got any, it doesn't give you any added things, right? But it's a special item that allows you to access the Duello, right? That's cool. So I have to have it on if I want to go fight on the pirate ships, right? That's actually something you have to have in your inventory and have to use. These should have something similar. Like, just a special added, like, I don't know, because I'm not a game dev, and I'm, like, you know, I'm not getting paid to come up with these ideas. I am saying the people who do get paid to come up with these ideas should come up with them and do something. I know I'm a super small streamer. I know no one will ever hear me say this, like, from DE. But that's my idea. It's out there. Somebody do something about these, please. Because I will never take off Paragon's Periapt. I won't. Unless you do something to make me do it. Something positive, not negative. Don't do something negative. That would be bad. Anyway, rant over. I'm done modding out, or whatever the heck I was doing here. I've checked that out. I've come to the conclusion I don't like the virtue system. Honestly, I didn't really see a need for us to change it for a third time, second time, or whatever. Anyway, I also hate that it's telling me upgrades available now that's just permanently on my screen every time I'm in here. That's gonna piss me off. I can't upgrade it any further, like, genuinely. Why did they do that? I have too many points. Alright, let's talk to this guy.